Hi there, Jocelyn Cates here. I am the founder of One Night Away, which is a micro travel company, and we offer easy to book women centric trips that are custom designed for your renewal based on your needs, your preferences, and style. And all of our trips are 4 days or fewer so that it aligns with your busy, in demand schedule. And in addition to being the founder of One Night Away, I'm also a published author. And my book, Easy Now, has been a bestseller in the categories of women's health, stress management, spiritual healing, and meditation. And so I am really, really passionate and established in guiding women in whole self optimization and personal renewal, and really, really dig into the topics of tapping into your true purpose, aligning and operating from a place of, your highest values and honoring them. And then also being deeply connected with yourself and the people that you love the most. And so this channel and One Night Away is really, truly about supporting you in those things. And today, I want to talk to you about how to stop feeling underaccomplished every night when you go to bed and going into new days feeling stressed and burdened by what you didn't get done the night before. Because that is a really horrible feeling, cyclical issue. And I'm coming to you with this subject, having in recent history suffered from this myself. Not too long ago, I was working really a lot. I was in a big corporate position, building One Night Away, running my business on the side, tending to my family, extended family issues and pressures and things that needed to be dealt with, was really piling on the plate. And every night I was feeling like there wasn't enough hours in the day. And I just was beyond drained, but also felt this just terrible sense of not getting anywhere. And so, if you can identify with that, I want to talk to you about what I did to pull out of it and how actually today I can tell you that every day feels wildly productive and purposeful. And so I want to get to that tool here in a second. But to use an example, let's start with the fact that I think we've all went on vacation, right? And the day before we go on vacation, we're wrapping up work and we're doing all of the things and working really hard and get to the end of the day and we finish everything down to changing our voicemail and turning on the autoresponder, and then we're shutting down our laptops and our work, and we have that sigh of relief where it's, I did it. I did all of that. Now I can, go on vacation and feel good. And, I'm hoping you can identify with that, because I tell you, I can certainly promise that every vacation I've ever went on, I've wanted to do so with as much wrapped up as humanly possible so that I could go with joy and feel good. And what I'm going to share with you today, if you adopt it as I have, you can get that same feeling of satisfaction every night when you lay your head on the pillow. You can have that sigh of relief that I did the things, I feel good about where I ended up, and I'm going into tomorrow feeling fresh and like, I got this. So let me tell you what I did when I was feeling like I described. I knew I needed to get back on track with structure and planning and really being very intentional about how I'm going about my days. And, and you may be able to identify with this, but I can tell you that I am a very inherently intentional person. I operate from a place of purpose. I love planning. I love writing. I love all of those things. But you see, we most of the time know things that we do not, in fact, practice. So common knowledge does not equate to common practice. So what I'm going to tell you is something you probably already get, which is, okay, I'm going to plan my day. I'm going to be intentional about what I'm doing so then at the end of the night, I'll feel better. But I'm going to give you practical tools that you can adopt instead of just telling you, yeah, we kind of know that, right? But here is some very practical things that you can put into play that's going to give you this result. Okay. So what I did was I went on a mad hunt for the perfect planner. I think we've all been there. Like, people are obsessed with planners. At least I am. Let me know if that's a common thing. But I really just thought I need to find the right one. And it took a while, believe it or not. I'm looking. Well, I lucked in to the one that I use now. And I present to you the High Performance Planner. This is by Brendon Burchard. Okay, so write that down. The High Performance Planner by Brendon Burchard. Now, I'm not trying to sell this necessarily. I'm going to tell you how effective it has been for me by highlighting some of the things that you can employ tomorrow. And you start to make that practice. You start doing that, let's say, for the next week. And if you feel the impact, as I certainly did and continue to see, then by all means, please go buy the High Performance Planner. Okay. So let's dive in. Number one, you can see how big it is. It's kind of terrific. And so the spreads, 2-page spreads, I'm going to open up to the back here. So some of my not used pages, 2-page spreads. So lots and plenty of room. So that works well for me. Now I'm going to highlight for you my favorite parts. So take notes on this so that you can do it and see how effective it is. So you start each day with setting your mindset, right? This is more about how you want to operate throughout the day. So my favorite bits of this, and there's 10 questions, and today's message to myself. So that's a really important part. So I would say add today's message to myself to your notes. Every day you can approach how you want to operate in the day differently, right? And we all know what we need to hear and we know how we want to be. So you're going to create that for yourself. Then you go down through the questions. Here are my favorites. One thing I can get excited about or energized about. Okay. So it's really looking forward and saying, okay, what can I really appreciate, get energized about, and keep top of mind throughout the day. My second favorite one is, a situation that may trip me up today would or could be. And so this is good because it's giving you anticipation for what might not go your way. And how, the follow-up question is, how would my best and highest self deal with that particular situation? So it's giving you an opportunity to anticipate things not being perfect and roadblocks. And then how would you operate as your best and highest self in order to come out of that without it derailing everything? Okay. So I have found that to be really a beautiful tool. And then lastly, I want to include, if I was a high performance coach looking at me, how would I encourage myself for the day? So basically, it's giving you an opportunity to take another perspective of yourself and offering encouragement. Okay. So I really love that. And I have found it to be really, really useful. So those are the ones I would start off with. Then down the center of the page, you've got here, top 3 goals and priorities. And then over here, you've got things that absolutely must be done. Those are not always the same. Okay. We may have really, really big goals and priorities for the day. And however, we may also have to-dos that aren't quite as fun or as big vision as our priorities. Here's an example. You may want to get your presentation that you have to give to absolute perfection and completion today. That may be a goal for you. But over here, you may say, well, I have to go to the DMV because I have to get my tags renewed. And I don't really want to do that, but it must be done because otherwise, if I get pulled over tomorrow, I'm fined and tra la la, right? So sometimes these things impede on us, but the point being, you're going to have a clear understanding of your actual goals and priorities. And so they're top of mind, okay? Which means you're going to tackle them and you're going to do your absolute best. All of this is your hours, literal meetings that you have and things that have to be worked in, like I have to go get my tags between 3 and 5 because I have a window of opportunity. Okay. Then, so you do all of this. So this is your day, how you start it, how you're operating, things you're keeping top of mind. And then this is what's nice. And this is a key thing in life in general. is reflecting. Okay. So at the end of every night, you're going to reflect back on your day. Here are my favorite things. Asking what I appreciated about the day, what I did well, what did I do well today, what could have made today better. And once again, if I were my own high performance coach, I would tell myself this about today. So, this is an opportunity for you to look at what you did, what you were able to do. Did you rise above your challenges, for example? How would a high performance coach look at what you did for the day, and what would you hear? Would you hear encouragement? Would you hear that you didn't quite operate from a place of love and acceptance like you said you would earlier in the day, right? So, whatever it is, it helps you reflect from a different perspective. And I love that. It has been really cool and effective in my book. So if you do those handful of things I just described, start doing that tomorrow. Okay. Just ask yourself some of those key questions in the morning, reflect the evening, and then keep your priorities and your must-dos in order, 3 each. Okay. And then see how at the end of the day you feel. Do you get that sense of relief, right? Are you getting closer to feeling that ease and accomplishment at the end of the day, and purpose? So you're being more purpose driven. So that, my friends, is something I really believe that is something you can adopt and feel impact right away. Okay. So I hope that's helpful to you. And we're going to continue talking about things, ways I can support you, and some of my favorite, other things that I have found that support me that I think could work for you as well. So that's it. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Then you can get reminded when I do go live. And also, I want to have more subscribers because I can do better and more cool things when I have more subscribers. So anyway, thank you so much for your time, and be well, and we'll talk soon.